welcome back. We're still here in the community center. We're celebrating Takoma Park's city elections. You have about an hour and a half to come and cast your vote, and we're here with Tebabo, one of the activists of the city. Thank you, Tebabo, for being with us.
Thank you.
Tebabo, what do you think are the issues that this new council is going to have to face right away?
First and foremost, I really would like to express my deepest appreciation for those who are running. As you know, it's almost a volunteer service, and so many people have stepped up to serve, so that's admirable. And not only them, their families and their friends. So this is democracy at a very crucial level. That I'd like to say, and I'd like to thank the mayor and everybody who ran, and I wish them luck. That said, I think there are two issues. The issue to me is local economy and community building. We have declared value for the common good. We call ourselves the people of Takoma Park, but we're very fragmented. So we need to break that apart. We need to break that barrier. And I think from an activist who has the privilege of being a member of many diverse but disconnected communities, I'd like to see the city at the very least put a leadership in place to support initiatives, community initiatives that brings us together. In fact, at this critical moment, democracy has to be built up one person, one conversation at a time. That is very crucial. The second crucial point to me is economic development, local economy. As you know, in the county or in the state, over 50% of the job is created by small businesses. I know the city doesn't have a whole lot of resources, but paying attention, for instance, the junction is one element we have in place. We have to make sure we have to create a space where small enterprises would get an opportunity to thrive. So after that is the most crucial point is affordable housing. Housing is getting very, very expensive, and those of the community members who live in Takoma Park who aspire to own their own houses have a lot of barriers. And I know the city has started some initiative, and I'd like that to continue. So to me, community building, economic development, and affordable housing is very, very important.
Yeah, and those issues are kind of ongoing issues that are going to be issues for this county and the next and the next and forever. Another issue in Takoma Park is the youth. The council has now created a youth council, and here the 16-year-old can vote. How do you see the youth of Takoma Park participating? How do you think?
I'm glad you mentioned that. In fact, today I brought my son to vote for the second time. The first time he voted, he was a young adult. And after he voted, on my way home, I had a nice conversation about what democracy is like. What is the most important civic duty of any citizen is to be active and to vote. Not only vote, also make sure the people that you vote for are accountable to the promises they make while they are running or an election. So providing our youth to think early and assuming their civic duties, responsibility is very, very important. And I really admire our city for allowing youth to vote. And then the youth council, and that is also nice. You get them at the early age, because one thing that I've realized, a lot of the citizens don't know their rights. In fact, even those who are active. Recently, I was surprised to find out many of our residents don't know what ward they live in, who their council person is, what district they live in the county, what district I was shocked. So, Americans have taken democracy for granted. They say this is the most democratic country in the world, but they don't exercise. They come and vote for presidency, but they're not engaged in the local. When you look at the numbers, that's what you see. And the most important election is the local election. And we have such a wonderful city where citizens can be active in the public process, in the policy making. So how many people do we see on a weekly basis? Very few. So getting the kids at a young age to exercise and to see the process is a very valuable initiative that the city has taken.
And thinking about local elections, the council now is going to be here 3 years. They changed the year of the elections to coincide with the
That's a very good
local.
idea. That would help. that would have the turnout.
But why do you think people don't vote in the local elections?
Yeah, I don't understand why. It really puzzles me. You know, voting has been taken as a thing of a fad, a fashion. Once every 4 years during the presidential election, a whole lot of people come out and they cast their vote, and then they're not active. And I think they've taken democracy for granted. But now we are at a very critical moment. There is an active engagement. And I think people will realize the importance of local election and they will come out for more. In fact, you can see that from the people who are willing, stepping up to be elected as well. In the county election, we have over 40 candidates stepping up to run for county at large. So that shows you for the very first time, many are motivated to run for an office, and that would also bring others to vote for them as well. So it's, in fact, another thing I'd like to mention, the city cable. Just this morning, someone called me to say they watched my community comment on TV, at home. Not only that, they called, in fact, she told me, she called a few other friends to watch it too. So that's another unique element in our greatest Takoma Park. So I like to take this moment to say you're doing a good job. That's part of the process.
Thank you, Tebabe. Thank you for being a friend of CTTV. And now, just to encourage everybody who hasn't voted yet to come, you have about an hour and a half to come and cast your vote for your council member, your neighbor. So please come, and we will run the results live. We calculate between 10 and 11 p.m. So stay tuned for CTTV. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tebabe. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.